tuning in. First newsletter type of update in a really long time. Coming at you with day 4 at Hambidge Creative Residency up in northern Georgia. So I'm here, and how I got here is not how I planned, but I'm here and I'm being present. I've not been on a residency since 2017 when I went to Mexico and did the Rascuache residency there. And I got accepted into Hambidge the middle of last year, or towards, I think I found out in the fall. And even when I found out, it was very exciting, but so much was already going on that it was really difficult for me to be in tune to what that meant. I had a job change, job hunt. I filed for unemployment for the first time, got a new job, started freelancing, thought I would remain a freelancer, then got a full-time offer and was really excited about that. And then unfortunately, tons of things happened with my dad and his health, and that brought me to Florida, and he did eventually pass away. And that's the second major death, not even a year apart, from my father-in-law passing away in July of last year. So I came here with a lot. I was supposed to be here for 3 weeks, but I shortened it to 2 weeks just because mentally I could not be here a week ago. Just carrying so much responsibility, so many questions, so much work, literally helping my mom make arrangements to burying my dad. It's been a crazy start of the year. It doesn't even really feel like 2022, to be very honest. I don't know what year it feels like, but it's been strange. Anyway, I pushed it back a week, and they were very generous, and they were like, yeah, that's fine. I paid for this out of pocket anyway, with my art business money. But yeah, so I'm here. I'm here. I brought the things that I planned on doing when I originally signed up for the residency, even though I'm not tied to doing what I applied. They expressed that, the people who essentially said, yes, this artist can come to this residency, were more interested in who we are as artists and what we've done. And yes, they thought our projects were very cool, but also giving us room to do something else. I'm a high producing person, and I realized that I put a lot of my own self-value and worth on the accomplishments that I achieve, and I'm reassessing that, and leaning into the Hambidge staff here suggested, and actually had a very interesting stat that the people who come here with the dedicated list and come off to the races with their list might get this amount done, and then people who take a couple days and then go into their work get the same amount of work done. So that was inspiring and encouraging for me to consider doing nothing. I also feel like I haven't really slept in months. I couldn't even pinpoint the last month in which I really truly slept. So after getting their advice and then reading all the lovely notes from past fellows who have been in this exact cabin that I'm staying in, a lot of them also reference to take 2 to 3 days of just doing nothing, resting, being with your body. I felt really lucky and inspired that the cabin that I'm in is also the same cabin that my fellow artist friend Sierra King stayed in, and I've left her all the fellows leave messages for the later fellows to follow to read. And I just so happened to come across hers in this book. And that really touched me. It really validated I was where I needed to be and doing what I needed to do and leaning into this kind of unknown. So yeah, I got here on Tuesday. It's now Friday. And yeah, I've taken all this time to really do nothing. My first full day, it stormed. It rained all day long. And I stayed inside all day long. And I think that the rain really just like comforted me. And just allowed me to just rest. I slept a lot. I snoozed a lot. I read a bit of poetry. I brought a lot of books. But I brought books in a strategic fashion. So these are all brand new books that I just purchased from Cher's Books and More in Atlanta, Georgia, with a gift card I actually got last year, or it might have been the year before. Geez, I've had this gift card for a while. But through Tila Studios, which has been a nurturing mother art figure for me since moving to Atlanta. But yeah, so I got poetry. I bought some books kind of surrounding like grief, patience, courage, healing. I also bought a couple memoirs or memoir adjacent things. And I also bought a book that's kind of going to speak to like ancestors and relationships with ancestry and family. I don't know how to describe that one yet. We'll see when I read it. But I'm really excited about the books that I chose because I think that they've been really helpful. So the two that I've done so far is Homebody by Rupi Kaur. So that's her third book of poems. And this is actually the first time that I've read one of her full books. I mean, I know about Milk and Honey and those kind of like things that you see on Instagram a lot, but I'm glad that this was my start to her fully. And I learned a lot about her, but I really resonated with her being a daughter of immigrants and just kind of her father was a truck driver, my dad was a truck driver. There were just a lot of similarities that helped me be a little bit more thoughtful and reflective when thinking about my dad. And then Pause, Rest, Be, I just finished today by Octavia F. Raheem. And you'll definitely see a lot of written things from me in regards to the things in this book because I think that Octavia gave me the language that I needed or I didn't know that I was looking for, referring to where I am. I think that I'm experiencing a lot of figurative and literal deaths right now in my life. The literal death of my father and my father-in-law, and the figurative deaths of being a daddy's girl, my 20s. I turned 30 this fall in October. What Octavia calls the liminal space, which is the space between an ending and a beginning. And I understand the cycle, and I hate that